This hike is very short and just on the first little bit of the Will Rogers Trail. What's cool about it is that it shows you something different than the usual hikes in Will Rogers. And this morning we have some rambunctious young deer terrorizing their parents. Anyway, the hike's unusual because you wind up at someplace green and lush where you might actually see water depending on the time of the year. So park your car and walk down the road past the polo field, east or away from the entrance. The trailhead is just off the northeast corner of the polo field. Sounds like some crows aren't too happy to see me here, but we'll ignore that and go over to the trailhead. A few things you might want to look out for. Poison ivy and poison oak are the ones you're definitely going to see. Appears to be some sort of strange bingo game. AllTrails is a good app for finding hikes and following the routes once you're on the trail. We're only doing this first little bit of the Will Rogers Trail, about half a mile. Coming down Rustic Canyon, the whole last half, the southern half of this trail is in the creek bed, just so you know. There isn't really a trail, you're just walking in the creek bed, and it can be at least muddy, sometimes wet, depending on the season. You might have to go through a lot of undergrowth, and also it gets dark earlier because you're down in a narrow ravine, so the sun doesn't get there. That's not the hike we're doing today. This is just the short part down to that creek bed, but I just wanted to let you know in case you decide to explore further on your own. Anyway, this is a hike you can do when you don't feel like doing much hiking, especially if you got little kids. Kids always love this part. My kids thought it was something out of Indiana Jones. I can actually hear the water down there. I didn't expect there to be that much. The yellow marker is just saying it's non-maintained from this point on, which, like I said before, in this case just means you're walking in a creek bed. There really isn't a trail. But we aren't going that far. You just gotta walk down these rocks here and you're at the stream, the place we call the Secret Garden. There's probably about a couple 100 feet where you can freely walk before it starts to get choked off. We've seen salamanders and frogs, and I heard a frog this time, but I couldn't track it down. But as long as there's this much water, there's always some water striders, little critters that can walk on water. We always had fun trying to catch those with the kids. Like I said, you can walk down a ways, not too far. And that's about as far as you can go, or at least as far as you might want to go. It is a hike for another day if you want to be really adventurous, not with your little kids. Even so, I would do the hike from the other direction, coming down the creek. In any case, this hike is just about a quick getaway in a shady, cool spot. So that's the secret garden. Now you just turn around and go back the way you came.